Hello, Facebook friends and family. How are you guys doing today? I hope that everyone is doing wonderful and well on this good Sunday morning. I believe that it is May the let me see, 11th, 2025, and it is 9:36 a.m. here in Detroit, Michigan. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Um, Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Rest in peace, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. I really miss my mama. My mom has been deceased for 20 years, 21 years now, and I really miss my mom. But happy Mother's Day. I miss my grandma too. And if my mom been deceased for 20 years, then I mean my grandma been deceased for 10 years. So, yes, it's been crazy, but I've been thugging it out. Anyway, speaking of um Mother's Day and everything, I hope you guys are out there enjoying. If your mothers are still here, take them somewhere, buy them something nice, show them your appreciation and things like that, because that is beautiful. Um, I don't really have any channeled messages, but I wanted to jot down something in my diary. I got up this morning and took me a shower, put me on some clean pajamas or whatever, because I don't plan on doing nothing but sitting down and relaxing today or right now. But I just wanted to do my skincare routine and get my body all extra smooth and stuff like that. So I had got up early this morning and did that before my kids woke up. As you can tell, because my edges, they got all wet. My hair got wet up, really. But my ponytail is kind of still intact a little bit, but my edges is just snappy. But I need to wash my hair. However, I woke up singing "Ring, Ring, Ring" by Cardi B and Kalani. You don't hit my line no more. Oh, oh, you don't make it ring, ring, ring. So I was hearing that. Stop doing stupid shit, please, and go brush your teeth like I said. You too, Natalie. Put that phone down and y'all go brush your teeth. But I woke up thinking that, and I was getting like somebody probably put somebody on a blacklist, or they haven't been talking to somebody per se, and I don't know who that is. I don't got nobody on a blacklist. I don't talk to people, so I don't know. I was picking up on the energy though, like somebody wants to reach out to someone, or someone wants you to reach out to them. I don't know what's the blockage, if someone is on the block list or something like that. But speaking of, last night my phone randomly had stopped sending me messages. It's like my phone number and my email address wasn't connected to my iMessages anymore. And I don't know how that happened. But I had got ready to text my kids last night and asked them were they coming home or were they spending the night at their friend's house. And they said that my number wasn't connected to my iMessages or my stuff anymore. So that was so weird. It was like you may have missed messages in between. So I wonder how did that happen? But I have been going through all types of stuff. But I be saying that I feel like my phone is hacked and stuff. So I need to get me a new phone. Um, but I just been going through some crazy ass shit. I had happened to check my DHS portal the other day. The day before yesterday, and I had realized that they had cut my stamps off or whatever. Which, I mean, that's nothing new to me. They cut my stamps off every other month anyway. I mean, every other couple of months anyway. I think my stamps get cut off like every 3 to 4 months. So, it wasn't nothing new to me. I was like, oh, okay, well, let me call my worker and just ask if I could get her supervisor's number. Which, the last time I asked my worker for her supervisor's number, I got a work. She gave me a number and I called it, and it was a non-working number. So when I called her the other day, it was Friday actually. When I called her on Friday, and I'm like, hey, Miss Missouri, can you give me your worker's number? I mean, your supervisor's number. She's like, well, what's wrong? I said, the problem is I want to talk to your supervisor. Sometimes you just can't handle shit. You need to go and do the chain of command. You need to talk to the supervisor and who's over the supervisor sometimes. So she gave me her supervisor's number, and I ended up talking to her supervisor, Mrs. Smiley. And we had an okay conversation or whatever, but I can still tell that my problem is not resolved. And I was talking to them about the fact that I'm always having to do a redetermination, and I shouldn't have to be doing a redetermination. You should have to do those like every 6 months or sometimes every year. And they said no, sometimes you have to do them every 3 months or every 6 months, depending on your situation. So I was like, well, why do I have to do it every 3 months? And she said, well, it's because of your self employment. And I said, oh, okay. Well, the last time I talked to my worker, I told her that I wasn't reporting my self employment at the time. And I wasn't reporting my self employment at the time because, again, I was living at my brother's house and I don't really sell food when I'm living at my brother's house. I'll try to sell food out of my own house because it's my own house, it's my personal space, it's my kitchen. I don't mind giving away my address, people pulling up to come pick up the food and shit. But it's more difficult to sell food when you have to keep living with somebody else, using their kitchen and all that type of shit, and it's not my space, and having people pull up to certain areas and shit like that. I don't be selling food. So I was explaining that to her, and I'm like, well, I can't provide you any income that I'm not having, but as long as I have the income, I can provide it to you. So then the supervisor, Miss Smiley, she goes on to say, well, no, DoorDash is included as self-employment too. Well, I haven't been able to DoorDash in over a year. It is May now. Last May is when I had the incident where I was actually delivering a DoorDash and I was pulled over by the Lawrence Police Department and all that type of shit. Well, a few months later, I got a notice from DoorDash saying that I couldn't use their platform any longer because the principal for Brenda Scott Academy on the east side said that I came into the office threatening her with a bat. Therefore, it caused me to get a warrant in my name, and DoorDash said I couldn't be delivering food with them with a warrant stating that I was threatening somebody with a dangerous weapon. And I understand that. So they said I can no longer use their platform. So I haven't been able to DoorDash in over a year. But I reported that because again, you have to have these phone conversations with your worker. That's the point of them doing these little phone interviews and shit like that, so that you can update them and give them this information. So then they furthermore said, well, no, you have to send us a letter in writing with your signature on it stating that you no longer work for DoorDash and you are not currently doing the self employment serving the food right now. And she was like, well, you got to be careful with that because people will try to say that you're selling your stamps. I don't give a fuck at this point in day and time. I know that that's a federal offense and I don't give a fuck. You see? Because if you put me in a situation where I damn near gotta sell my motherfucking stuff, oh fucking well. And I ain't worried about no federal agent coming to confront me about that shit. Because if the federal agent comes and confront me about selling some motherfucking food stamps, I'ma ask that same motherfucking federal agent why they ain't do their job and find out where the fuck my money's going. So I don't be worried about the IRS or nothing coming to attack me over no fucking food stamps. And then she like, oh, well, that's self-employment. It'll get you messed up because they want proof of it. They want to make sure that if you reporting that you making money, then you need to report it to DHS as well as the IRS. And I do every motherfucking year because I'm not no goddamn idiot. So anything that I report with DHS, I make sure it matches up with the IRS because I'm not a fucking fool. So I was just listening to her, and then I was talking about the child support. And people would think that they so much smarter than you, which I miss the Miss Smiley lady. She was like, well, I've been on both sides. I'm a manager now, but I used to be a worker as well as someone who received the benefits. And I understand that. However, I ain't never been a worker, but I can tell when a bitch ain't doing a motherfucking job, and I can tell when a bitch is doing some fraud ass scamming ass shit. Just like I said, why do I have to ask for new workers anyway? When you move to a new location and you're no longer in that area, you're supposed to get a worker that services the area that you're in. Why the fuck can't I get rid of this bitch who work at Mumford? And no disrespect to Miss Missouri, but you work at Mumford. My daughter hasn't went to Mumford since the 10th grade. I done lived all the way on the east side. Hence, I just said Brenda Scott Academy's principal is the reason that I can't DoorDash right now. So I done lived all the way on the east side. Prior to C. Missouri being my worker was Tatiana Kyle, and she worked out in Taylor. I got her when the pandemic came. And then they said that because people was all over the place, that's how I got a worker out in Taylor. I never lived in Taylor a day in my life. My worker was all the way out there in Taylor. She wasn't doing anything that I asked her to do, but she was writing motherfucking checks. That's what she was doing. And like I was explaining to Miss Smiley, Tatiana Kyle wrote a check in my name for $3,800 and said she sent me a check for $3,800, but actually she sent it to a Kairos house. on Bennett Street, the house that I just moved out of. That's where that check went, and I never lived there. I lived in that house this year, 2025, from February till April. I lived in there 2.5, almost 3 months. That was my first time ever living there. However, Tatiana Kyle sent a check to Akira's house when I didn't live there. Akira did. So who spent the money? I don't know. Maybe Akira and Tatiana Kyle know each other. Maybe they don't. But how she got my address affiliated with Akira's address, I don't never motherfucking know. But see, I don't gotta be an investigator to be able to tell where the check went. I got my ways around this shit. I know where the money went. So Tatiana Kyle never wrote me a check. I don't know who she wrote a check to. And if she wrote it in my name, she sent it to Akira's address. And somebody from Akira's house must have cashed it. But it wasn't me. And I was explaining that to my worker. Just like I was explaining to her how I'm always having a problem with the child support office and how they claim that they can never find Al or nobody. But I can pull up on them anytime if I wanted to, and I could find them motherfucker. You see, it seems to me that I be doing DHS's job, child support's job, the FBI job, and the police job better than they do. But then everybody trying to tell me how I need to get a job. I actually don't need to get a job. I actually should be receiving the money that I'm supposed to be getting. Then they're asking me for mad guy income, stating that all five of my children get income. And she said, well, no, if you claimed all five of your kids as your dependents at tax time, that's why we need that income. That doesn't even make sense to me because all five of my children are under 18 years old. None of them have a job right now. None of them get Social Security. Nobody get no death benefits. Nobody get no Social Security disability. Nobody is getting no SSI or none of that. So what kind of income are you wanting me to provide for my children? They don't get income. But y'all asking me to provide income, and this is the reason that my stamps are cut off. Well, what income are my children getting? And if y'all want me to report my income, what does that have to do with my kids being my dependents? Because them being my dependents clearly states that they are not receiving income. They're depending. Okay, they're depending on me. That's why they're my dependent. You get it? So it was saying I needed to provide MAGI income for my children. And I was explaining that to her. Just like I was explaining to her that my son hasn't been to daycare in 3 years. She like, oh, well, that's because when the pandemic was around, we couldn't just cut off the child care. We had to provide it. No, y'all was working with these people from these daycare centers and y'all was stealing money. Tell the fucking truth. Because my son hasn't been to daycare since he was like 2 years old. He's about to be 6. So why was I getting redeterminations for daycare? I shouldn't be getting a redetermination for daycare. And when my son stopped going to daycare, I reported that he wasn't going to daycare so that DHS would no longer be reported or paying for my son to go to daycare. And technically, if a daycare agent, I mean, a daycare office is receiving payments for my child going to daycare, knowing damn well that my child isn't going to daycare, then they need to be investigated. But you see, these hoes be working together, like the fuck I said. And I can tell you what daycare this shit probably was going on from. The one off of 8 Mile in Livernois. I can't remember what's the name of the daycare center or whatever, but they were scamming up in that bitch. And they was having DHS pay them for kids that wasn't coming to that motherfucker. Same thing as the one that's on 7 Mile or off of 8 Mile in, like, I believe that's Van Dyke. They go hand in hand and they work together. Them light skinned assholes. And the DHS worker was paying them knowing damn well that my son wasn't going to daycare. Because again, they said I need to report my self-employment, right? I was selling food from home. My son was at home with me. He didn't need to go to daycare. And when he got old enough to go to school, I enrolled him in school. He didn't need to go to daycare. When I was sending him to daycare, CPS was called to the daycare and I took my son out of daycare. So there was no reason that anybody should still be getting paid for my son going to daycare. And I don't want to keep on hearing no bullshit about when the pandemic, because 2020 was 5 years ago. 2020 was 5 years ago. Even if they took it out to 2022, that was 3 years ago. I should never in 2025 been getting no redetermination papers about no motherfucking CDC, child care payments and shit like that. Y'all be scamming. And then they go say, I asked for a new worker. I requested a new worker. I even asked Miss Missouri if she can withdraw from being my worker so that I can get a new worker. They then go to say, well, you don't want to do that because then you'll just be put in a queue and you'll have to call the regular DHS number like everybody else, and then you won't have a set worker. You'll just be rotating. I don't mind doing that. I shouldn't have to call you guys that much anyway. Only thing I get is food stamps and that insurance. Y'all never cut my insurance off though, and that's so crazy to me. My insurance never gets cut off. You know why my insurance never gets cut off? Because it's a hoe out here that's using my insurance. I don't go to the doctor. I don't even need that fucking insurance for real, for real. In every doctor's appointment that I try to set, hence like the dermatologist and shit like that, it's always a problem with my fucking insurance. So y'all can cut that shit the fuck off. But you know why they don't cut it off? Because they be too busy using it. And just like they were stealing all the other services, anytime that welfare or DHS is providing services or they're giving away money, they be stealing that shit. Cause I damn sure don't be getting it. I can never even get approved for SER. My last SER that I applied for with DHS for DTE, I got denied. I don't even get approved for SER. So I don't care about none of that shit. I barely go to the doctor. My kids go to the doctor probably once a year, and that's because they go get their annual checkup before school starts. We don't use that shit. We barely get sick. It's somebody else that want to reap the benefits of my insurance. They want to live off of my back and my kids' back and use my social security number and shit. And that's why everybody be wanting me to shut up and go hide in the dark so they can live off me and they can continue to keep stealing my money and using up my shit. People get mad at me when I get on my camera just to tell my story because they don't want to look like a lying asshole. I don't mind having a new worker. I would like a new worker. And then she gonna say, well, you should be at the Hamtramck office if that's what you want. Our mama, Denise Joyner, she retired from being a DHS worker. Our mama was a DHS worker for 32 years. So I know how the shit works. And I know how people can be crooked and shit too. And Miss Smiley gonna say, well, the system has changed, so it's really hard to get away with. No, it's actually not harder to scam than it was back in the day. It's easier to scam. You know why? Because everything is ran by AI. And you don't even got to go in person to do shit. You can do everything over the phone or over an app or over a portal. So actually, it's easier to scam now. It's not harder. She tried to make it seem like, oh, it's too hard to scam now because you need this, that, and the other. No, it's easy as fuck to scam now. That's why so many people's identity are stolen. And speaking of the pandemic, that was the perfect time for you hoes who work in all these fields, insurance, DHS, child care centers. It was the perfect time for you hoes to start scamming. And that's exactly what y'all did. But then y'all try to make it seem like I'm wrong. No, I'm not. And I know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And people know that I know what I'm talking about. That's why I be saying I don't need validation. I know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't need tangible proof because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And y'all been stealing. And that's why y'all be giving me such a hard time. But, granted, I be having a hard time. It still makes me stronger and it show me exactly who I am because people be thinking I'm a welfare ass bitch. Only thing I get from them hoes is some motherfucking food stamps that get turned off every 2 to 3 months anyway. I just be out here getting it how I get it. You got to get it how you live. And I don't do too much because I'm not about to be out here stressing or working like a Hebrew slave when I should actually be pampered and put up and not by a nigga off my own shit. I don't need a nigga to pamper me and put me up because I should be able to pamper and put myself up. It's you hating assholes that be stealing my identity, locking up my pages, blocking up my stuff, trying to make sure I don't get monetized, trying to shadow ban me, stealing my mail, forwarding my mail and shit. Y'all the reasons that I don't have the money that I'm supposed to have. And I know that. That's why I don't walk around feeling broke or feeling like a bum ass mama or none of that shit when it's you bum ass bitches who, because y'all throw on nice clothes and y'all be stealing and scamming and making everybody else's life miserable so you can feel good about yourself. It's you hoes that's the problem. It's not me, so that's why I don't be worried about the shit. You get what I'm saying? But y'all be really trying to make yourselves look and feel good, and then trying to down talk me, and you can't do it because I know I can see straight through you. Your mask has fell off a long time ago. I know your true colors. You a thief. So if you stealing from me, you damn sure can't down talk me. And if you stealing from me, you damn sure can't make me feel like I'm beneath you. So I just was paying attention to all of this shit and how shit be going on. And I was sitting here and I was talking to my brother friend this morning while he was waiting on my brother to, get ready so they can leave. And I was just telling him like, I be peeping a lot of shit. And I ain't crazy. I know exactly what the fuck be going on. And y'all about to start seeing exactly what the fuck I be talking about. Just watch. Sometimes all you gotta do is just pay attention. And you're gonna see exactly what the fuck I be talking about. But I was just noticing that or whatever. And I've done everything that I needed to do as far as like people stealing my identity. I made police report the police be a part of this shit, so they be making sure that shit don't go through. It's all and it's still all a generational curse. That's why I said like when my mama used to be getting her ass beat by my brother daddy and shit. And she'd be making police reports, putting out PPOs and all that type of shit, but because they knew the police, it didn't help her whatsoever. She still used to be getting tortured. That's the same thing that I'm going through. Like I've notified the police about a lot. I've notified the FBI about a lot. I've written out to Lansing about a lot. I've written, I've emailed Fox 2 News, emailed the FBI. I do everything that I'm supposed to do. I just don't receive the help. And I don't receive the help because the people who are supposed to help me are corrupt authorities. They don't care to help. They are part of being, they are part of stealing, a part of taking bribes money and shit like that. I be knowing what the fuck going on, all the way down to the governors and shit. I'm so much of a big deal, and I know that. You got to think about this shit. Little old me, I shouldn't be causing a problem. I don't even talk to people. Why? Even look at my pages, my social media world and shit. People really like shadow banning my pages, but if I'm speaking on shit that don't make sense, or if I'm supposed to be a mental case who don't know what I'm talking about, what the fuck you want to shadow ban my page for then? You just shouldn't even be coming to look at it. But no, I still be getting 15,000 views every motherfucking month. The same 15,000 people must come watch my page on a regular every month. And I don't need their validation or their comments or none of that shit to know that they watch. I don't be talking to myself. I be talking to everybody who come and watch my videos. And the numbers ain't right. I can tell the numbers ain't right. So let's just say it showed that only 30 people watch my videos. You need to put like two more zeros behind 30 and make it 3,000 people has watched my video. I could just tell. I could tell by my algorithm. I could tell by what people say to me. I could tell by what goes on the social media platforms that people watch my videos. And when I was in the shower this morning, I was getting a download like, you like God, Aaliyah. You like Jesus. But I say it all the time. And that's so funny. I was listening to a reading the other day and somebody was talking about transgenders and shit like that. I'm hearing like people copy you, they mock you so much, they don't even know that they make you God. They make you a God. You ain't never seen God, have you? You never seen him standing in front of you. You never seen God. Or have you? But a preacher, they go to church, they stand up on the pulpit, they deliver a word, but they deliver a word out of the Bible from text that they never seen, right? But they just believe it and know it to be true. So they preach it and they preach it to the congregation and shit like that. I'm like God. Like people don't want to give me the credit, but they want to steal my work. So it's like I'm the Bible. My book is the Bible. My Facebook page is the Bible. It's like you come, you watch it, you got your naysayers, you got your believers, and then you got the people who go and mock everything that I say. They like the preachers. It's like they come, they read my book, and then they give their sermon. They come, they read my book, meaning watch my videos, read my status, read what I put. They come and watch me, and then they go and preach their sermons or give their tarot readings and shit like that. So it's like I'm God and y'all work for me. So as long as I put the word out and then y'all minions go out and deliver it like I told you to, you get the job done. So I can't even feel bad about the shit. Because one way or another, my story gonna still be told, just like the Bible. You get what I'm saying? So I was getting that download when I was in the shower this morning. Like you are very much so like God, very much so Christ-like, very much so Jesus-like. Like I've been saying this whole time, I am God's child for real, Alpha and Omega. Like I am Jesus reincarnated in the flesh. I'm so serious about that shit. Stop. I'm serious about that shit. And I don't give a fuck who believes me or who don't. I really am who I said I am. Didn't Jesus and them say that in the Bible too? I am, I am. Yeah. So you guys, some people who, if you're mocking me, you're my minion. If you're mocking me, you're my minion. Meaning, again, my Facebook is my book, my Bible, the Bible. You come and read it. You come and watch it. Then you go and you preach the word. So I don't ever feel like I'm talking to myself. And even if I was talking to myself, I like talking to myself. I've become my own best friend. I can't trust nobody but me. And my reflection tells me a lot. So even when I'm talking in my camera, I'm looking right back at me. And my reflection speaks volumes. You don't hit my line on none. You don't make it ring. I was getting that message this morning, and she be saying like, if your she say, I don't give a fuck if your thumb broke, you better text me with your nose or some shit like that. It's something going on where somebody wants somebody to reach out to them, or maybe somebody needs to reach out to God or something like that. But that's the message I was getting this morning. Like, I'm so leveled up right now, you can't take shit away from me. I'm so leveled up right now. You can't take nothing away from me. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Put it the fuck down before I pick it up and knock you the fuck out with it. Did y'all go brush y'all teeth and shit like I said? Go get them clothes that's in the washing machine and put them in the dryer so that when y'all get ready to go outside and play, y'all got clean play clothes. Go put them in the dryer and y'all need to get ready to get in the shower. And Mally, when you in there, you need to get your hair washed. You need to take them twists out and shit too, so that you're not wearing these to school on Monday. But yes, I'm just so leveled up. I'm leveled up. And it took a lot of hard work and dedication for me to get to this mental state. That's why I slap the fuck out of a hoe if they ever call me mental in my motherfucking face. Bitch, do you know where I am mentally? Like a hoe calling me mental is a disgrace to that person. I leveled up too much. I'm too high up in rank. But that's because I had to start from the bottom. I had to be down talked to like I wasn't shit. I had to be ridiculed. They they shunned me and shit like that. Hey Dana, I hope everyone is doing well over there. But Dana, tell Shirley I said hey, cause I missed her. I was thinking about her the other day. I was talking about Boogie too. But yeah, and that's so funny. When I be doing my videos like this for my digital diary, I'll download them because I use Facebook so I can do live videos so I don't have to take up my phone storage. And then once I'm done with the live video, I download it and then I upload it to YouTube. But when I upload it to YouTube, you guys' comments don't pop up. Um, and that's a good thing. But I can see them on my Facebook page. So sometimes I be ignoring people, sometimes I don't, just so y'all know. And sometimes if I acknowledge you, I'm not talking to myself, I see your comments. But my pages are shadow banned too. So sometimes I don't get messages from people. Shit, even my text messages like that. They say I got 190 messages, but I don't even have like 20 people in my thing. So it's crazy. But anywho, I leveled up. Looking at myself speaks volume. My reflection speaks volume. Like, and I mean that in a positive way. Like, can't nobody say nothing to me. You know how they say sticks and stones can break your bones, but words will never hurt me. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Because bitch, you said what? Who you talking to? I'm too mentally elevated for a motherfucker's words to be able to affect me. I'm not saying that I don't get hurt. That's why the saying is sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Like you can throw all type of shit at me. All types of shit. You can fuck me up with it. But your words can never hurt me. You can never belittle me. You can never make me think less of myself. You get what I'm saying? So people be trying it though. Still to this day and time, trying to make me feel like I'm nothing or I'm beneath them. And it doesn't work because I am who I am. And I worked hard to build myself up that I can't let nobody else knock me down. So I was getting that. I was getting that. Mommy, what HL. That doesn't spell anything. HI spells high. But yeah, anywho, that's it. I'm about to relax. I don't know what the day may bring. I need to get up and do something to my hair. Then again, I'm not going nowhere, so I might not. Might just keep it in these little ponytails or whatever. Mm. Ring, ring, ring. But yeah, I'm about to get off of here. I'm about to get home. I need to pick up on writing my little book. Now we talking about the Ilea book. This is actually just my notebook though. But it would be a good name, the Ilea book. I said I wanted to name my book Through the Eyes of Honeybee Williams, Honeybee Williams being my character's name. Then I said I was going to use my real name, but I'm not sure. I also thought of another name of my book too. And then I thought about just naming it Lusty Lips, like the lip gloss line that I wanted to create, because I speak whatever the fuck I want to speak to. So maybe I could just stick with Lusty Lips by Leah and make that the name of my book as well as the name of the lip gloss line that I'm going to eventually pick back up on. So I have so many ideas and there's so much stuff that I want to do. And that's another reason that people hinder me. I had got on Facebook last night, which I haven't really been on Facebook. I usually just get on Facebook, make my videos, and get off. I don't look at other people's statuses or nothing like that. I don't watch stories. I don't get on my Instagram or nothing like that. I posted a picture the other day on Instagram, and some of my old classmates commented on it, and I just happened to feel like commenting back because I don't even get on Instagram. I don't watch nobody. I be on YouTube or whatever. So I got on my Facebook last night and something just told me to scroll for a minute and I happened to come across this meme and it was of this girl and she was like, as long as they feel like you competition, they'll never help you. And I agree with that. And I've witnessed that. Like I can literally meet people and genuinely be wanting to network with them and work with them and stuff like that. But because they view me as competition, they don't want to work with me. Or they'll start talking about me or spreading lies about me because they don't want me to climb the ladder and get ahead of them. And that's why people be stealing money from me too. Because with the littlest amount of money, I always do some shit. Like it don't take much for me to do some shit and make it big. It's just who I am. I'm very creative. I could think of shit at the top of the drop of a dime. I could think of something. That's why these songs be popping up in my head like that. That's why I can channel so fast too. It's 10:10 on the clock. I'm very talented. I'm very gifted. It's just who I am and what I can do. I can come up with something. You know how when we used to be in like elementary or middle school or something, and maybe you had like a English class or ELA or something like that, and the teacher will start off a story, and then everybody got to pick up off the story. Like she'll pass it to one person, and they got to write two lines. You pass it to the next person, then they write two lines, and then at the end of the day, like you see what story the class came up with and we read it like that. I'm kind of like that. Like, you can pass me the torch and I'm gonna ignite that bitch. It's just who I am. I think of shit quick as fuck. That's why it's easy for me to crack code. That's why I can listen to a song and I'll get a message out of it that the song wasn't even talking about because I'm good with cracking code, if that makes sense. Like, if you had gave me a riddle me this, I'm good with that type of shit. Like, if you put me in a escape room and you gotta crack codes or decode shit, I'm good at that type of shit because it's just who I am. It's my brain. That's why I fumble over my words a lot too. Sometimes people be fucking with my throat chakra, but a lot of times, you know how they say people who stutter is because their mouth is moving faster than their brain, or they're processing. They're trying to speak faster than what their brain is processing, so they tend to stutter. I sometimes fumble over my words because y'all don't understand. Shit comes to my head so fucking fast, I can't talk fast enough to get it the fuck out. I don't stutter. But sometimes you may see me stumble over my words, and that's why I be trying to explain that to people. I'm too quick with the shit. Y'all ever seen that commercial where they be like, he be dangling the dollar over the people here? He's like, you gotta be quicker than that. You gotta be quicker than that. I'm quick than a bitch when it comes to this shit. Like, I crack code around this bitch. And now I'm hearing, I'm a star, I'm a star, I'm a star. Like, I'm a star. I do this shit. Mm. But I was getting into, and now I'm channeling too, like, too legit to quit. And that's why I can't, I'm too legit to quit. That's why I can never give up. I'm never going to stop my book, my platform, or nothing that I want to do because I'm too legit to quit. No matter how much people block up my pages, shadow ban me, and make sure that my product does not get around, I'm too legit to quit. Like, can't nobody stop me. Nobody. Like, you would kill yourself trying to kill me. Well, how did that happen? That's literally somebody literally cut that. Let me see those. Yeah, somebody legit cut these, like with some scissors or something. Just why we don't got shit. My son went and grabbed his pants, like, what the fuck? Y'all, I beat the fuck out of my grand dogs the other day. And it's because, can you stop it? I went to drop my kids off at school the other morning. And when I got back from the school, put it on 30 seconds. When I got back from the schools, the dogs had went into the bathroom and they tore up the bathroom garbage, right? But they had all these pads, like period pads, all over the place. But it looked like somebody took a used period pad. Push start, yes. It seemed like somebody took a used period pad out their motherfucking panties. I swear to God, I'm not about to make this up. It looked like they took that bitch off, took it out their panties, and came and rubbed it on the seats of my couch. Or like they, excuse me, or it's like they took their bare ass and they knew they was on their period and they rubbed their motherfucking pussy across my couch. I was so mad, first of all, because I had to clean it up. So I went and I cleaned up all the garbage off the bathroom. I had to sweep up the floors in here and mop it. And then thank God my couch, it got these zippers. So I can take the little covers off and throw them in a washing machine and shit. I had to wash and bleach down my couch covers because this is my couch from my house or whatever. I had to wash and bleach down my couch covers to put them back on my couch because I lay on my couch and my kids sit on this shit and shit. But it looks like somebody literally purposely put their nasty ass period blood all over my fucking couch. And then the pads were not the kind of pads that I buy for myself or my daughters and shit like that. It was like vending machine pads. You know, like, okay, when I used to work at Amazon, they had like a vending machine where if you had a headache, you can go buy you some Tylenol or something like that, or you could just swipe your badge, you can get you a Tylenol. Or, you know, in the bathrooms, you can go put a little quarter in the machine and it'll give you a box with one pad in it or a tampon or something. It was that kind of pad. Like the box was still stuffed inside of my couch. Okay. The box was stuffed in the couch with the one pad in it. And it was one of those kind of pads, like you got it out the vending machine at work or church or a public place per se. You know, even if you go to like a football, baseball game or something like that, you got to use the bathroom. You need a pad. You put that little quarter in the machine, and they give you the one pad in the box. It was those kind of pads, and the box was still here too. So me and my daughters, we don't even use that kind of pad. My brother don't use pads or his friend because they don't need fucking pads. I beat the fuck out the dog. Okay, I'm talking about I beat the fuck out the dog. Because don't be fucking up shit like that. And then it's nasty ass blood. You don't know who fucking blood that is. A bitch can have some motherfucking AIDS or some shit. I was so upset. And for some reason, I'm talking about that. And that's bringing me to, I just made that video where I was saying go watch Wicked City and how they be fucking around with blood and shit. And I be telling my kids, like I teach my daughters, do not throw your pads in the garbage. I don't care. If it ain't our personal house, don't throw your pads in the garbage. Because people is weird. They will come and steal your period pads. They try to wring out any drop of blood they can get up out that bitch so they can do some spell work. People like to rub their nasty blood all over you and shit like that. And I'm actually seeing something like that. What's wrong? No, I got my own charger. But I did have the charger bottom, I believe. Well, where is my oh, my charger is still right here. Right. Where can you move, Mally? Here it is, see. I was ring, ring, ring. And then some part of that song be like, you make me sick to my stomach. That's what I'm saying. Somebody's sick. I couldn't figure out why I was channeling that song outside of somebody probably put somebody on a block list or something. They want to talk to them. But you gonna make me sick to my stomach. Somebody is sick. But I'm hearing sick in the head though. Like I just said that. Like I be getting little snippets of it's not deja vu. Because deja vu, I think they say is like you see it and then well maybe it is deja vu. You see it and then it happens and you be like, damn, I thought I just seen that or something like that. I be getting little snippets and little visions of shit that I don't be knowing why I'm seeing it or something like that. And it don't be demonic or nothing like that. It's just like, I wonder why did I have a vision of that? And then eventually later I'll be able to put it in place. Like That's So Raven, the TV show. It's kind of like something like that. And I be trying to explain that to people, but then people be trying to make it seem like I'm crazy or some shit. But even in my videos, because I'll always come back and watch my videos. I'll notice that I like look off to the side or something like that, or I'll be talking and then I look up and ask the question. For one, I talk to my spirit guide, but two, it's just like I'll quickly get a vision or something in the midst of doing whatever the fuck I'm doing. It don't matter. So yeah, something is going on, and something is weird is going on. And speaking of, I was doing a Walmart delivery. I've been waiting on a Walmart delivery for the last 3 days. It's like I placed the order 3 days ago and it kept on getting delayed. Shut the fuck up. Don't keep on saying mommy and you hear that I'm talking. I did a Walmart delivery 3 days ago and it kept getting delayed. It kept getting delayed and it kept getting delayed. So I did try to cancel it. But now I can't cancel it because they're saying like the order is being prepared, it's just waiting to be delivered. But how you gonna deliver me something that you prepared 3 days ago? Like you gonna send me some rotten ass meat or something? But I'm hearing the blood. the blood. Like it's weird ass people. Somebody work at Walmart and they under investigation. They getting in trouble and shit. So they little Walmart mini and friends and shit be fucking with my orders and shit like that. Somebody working at Walmart and they getting investigated or something. But this reminds me of this video that I did like a year or two ago, and I said it was a bitch who worked at Walmart cashing checks, and she ain't had no business cashing these checks, and she gonna get the whole Walmart under investigation or some shit like that. Something like that is taking place. But all of my videos that I've been making for the last 5 years, I'm starting to see them come into play right now. And anyway, I'm hearing like, don't be so discouraged about a delay or whatever because sometimes people they like to they'll inject something in your meat is what I'm hearing. Like, a pack of meat, how Walmart or Kroger's, they got the ground beef rolls, like the 3 pound rolls of ground beef or the 5 pound rolls. And it's easy. I'm seeing somebody stick a syringe in one of those packs of meat and squirt blood in it. They're nasty, contaminated, tainted ass HIV having blood. Somebody want to give somebody HIV. And that is so weird to me. Like somebody wants to purposely give somebody HIV and they can't give it to this person because they don't fuck with them no more. Like, how you gonna give this person HIV if they won't fuck you? So they trying to have people who they know work at places like Walmart to inject this syringe of contaminated blood or semen or something into a pack of meat. And those packs, you wouldn't be able to tell if somebody stuck a syringe in there and squirted some nasty ass blood or something in there because it's too small. You won't be able to tell it's a poke in it. That's just like if somebody took it and poked a hole in a condom. You can't tell because it's rubbery. You wouldn't be able to just know that nobody did that. That's what I'm getting. So I'm hearing like God's rejection is your protection. So Aaliyah, don't worry about that Walmart delivery that haven't came to you for 3 days now. Just wait for you to get your refund back. And that's what I've been doing. I'm waiting on the refunds to come back now because the food hasn't came. And I talked to somebody yesterday about it. They were supposed to deliver it express. I talked to somebody this morning about it, and he offered to do the same thing, deliver it to me express. But the thing is that it's still not coming. So I canceled it on my end, as well as the representative who I spoke to today. He said he couldn't cancel it on his end either. And he kept apologizing to me like, man, I'm so sorry. And I don't understand what's the problem. I don't understand what's the delay. But I do. And God is telling me why it's a delay right now. Like God's rejection is your protection. You don't need that. You can't eat that. And what it was some shit to make some spaghetti. But except for I wasn't ordering ground beef. I had already had a 3 pound pack of ground turkey. I just wanted another one to make it 4 pounds. So I had ordered a 1 pound pack of ground turkey and then some jars of spaghetti sauce. And then I just had wanted like a loaf of bread because I wanted to eat some Biscoff. Give me that peanut butter Biscoff stuff right there. So I had ordered a loaf of bread. It wasn't that much. And a case of water. The red, I said peanuts. Thank you. Give me that. So I had just ordered me a loaf of bread. First of all, this Biscoff cookie butter is so motherfucking good. God damn it, it's so good. So I wanted to make me some toast and butter it up and then put this on it. So I had just ordered a loaf of bread, but it never came or whatever. So I'm hearing God's rejection is your protection. You don't need to eat that. And it has nothing to do with Walmart as a company. It has something to do with the individual who works at Walmart. So I'm not down talking Walmart as the company. No, I am not. I am speaking on someone who works at Walmart. Just like I said, it's a bitch that works at Walmart in the check cashing department who's been cashing checks that she has no business. It's not Walmart's fault. It's the employee that they hired. And Walmart don't know if the bitch out here using fake IDs and shit like that. How would they be able to tell? They just hired her as an employee. She has to be the one to accept a fake ID or create fake IDs and go and cash these checks that she don't got no business. Or she's the one letting her friend come and bring her checks that she know ain't theirs and she's cashing them with fake IDs and shit. It don't have nothing to do with Walmart as a company. I love Walmart. Me and Great Value get along great. So it's something about that. And I'm hearing it is a Walmart employee who didn't mind trying to contaminate your food, and that's why you haven't been receiving it. But it's coming to you in the form of it's showing up to you in the form as a delay, delay. As well as God just said, people keep trying to delay you, Aliyah, delay you, stagnate you, and hold you back. But just like that man said, you're gonna eventually get your refund. You're gonna eventually get your shit back tenfold because it's just law. It's just law. And now I'm hearing, don't play with me, play with your bitch. Your niggas on some multi-million-dollar shit. Like I'm trying to tell you, I'm a multi-millionaire, and that's why young Dolph, people like young Dolph come to me in my dreams. Multi-millionaires, people who are Illuminati wanted to take out and shit because they became multi-millionaires on their motherfucking own without signing no contracts and shit. And that's me. That's why they do me the way they do me. Block up my shit, fuck with my accounts, try to steal my identity and shit. I know who I am. Can't nobody take that away. Young niggas on some multi-million dollar shit. Like that's just what I am. A millionaire. I just said that in my video yesterday when I was saying I was channeling future. All my niggas millionaires, but ain't just one. It's just who I am. So can't nobody take that shit away from me. Okay. Nobody. Nobody. I'm hearing you about to get your shit back. Like all these problems that you having with DHS, the problem, like even the problem at Walmart, the people stealing your identity, fake IDs, social security, stolen money, stolen inheritance, the fake ass family, the fake ass friends, all that shit coming around full circle is what I'm hearing. That's why I keep coming to your head, Ali. It's not that you don't let go of the past, cause fuck a hoe. I'm perfectly fine. It's not me not letting the shit go. It's that what happens in the dark comes to the light. It has to come to the light. What's wrong, Mike? Who? When he hit it? This morning? Can you tell? Hold on, let me just see. Huh? Oh, you can see the deck. Yeah. Let me see. Oh yeah. I wonder why he ain't come in the house to say shit. Oh yeah. What's going on with the DTE anyway? 'Cause I wanted to ask you the other day. What is going on? Hold on. So what happened? Cause did you when the DTE? So no. Well, why was? Yeah, because remember I was knocking on your door. I wanted to ask you first of all, because I'm back here. I gave Denzel the 2 months of rent to go when I was at a Tyra house, Mike. He said that the people didn't take the rent money. So now I'm evicted and I'm back over here. But I gave Denzel the money, but he can't give it back to me because he don't got it. So I don't know what the fuck is going on around this. Working where? At Detroit Diesel still? I'm trying to figure out how though, because I'll be trying to figure out when do he go to work. He don't ever go to work. Something is not right, Mike. Something is not right. And then he telling me to put the DTE in my name, but ICE was getting it turned. That's why I was knocking on your door the other day because when they came here, I was trying to figure out. I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. And when I tried to offer to put it in my name so that DHS could pay down whatever it was, he was acting funny. He didn't want me to put it in my name. But then when ICE is doing whatever she was doing, he come up, well, put it in your name, Aaliyah. No. And that's why I'm like, okay, if it's something in Mike's name, I understand because I used to see it coming in your name. Like maybe we can give Mike money or something like that. Then they'll be lying. And all these hoes that be coming over here be lying too. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And I don't know where the fuck my money went either. But now I'm put back over here, evicted out of a house where I pay rent to live at, and now I'm back over here and they don't even have the rest of my money. He only gave me $1,000. But that was my rent money too. At that. Right, because if the rental company didn't take it from you, you should have then gave it back to me. But they be trying to make it seem like I'm just some deadbeat that want to keep on having to come and be all up in the girl's living room. It's something that don't add up, and where's the fuck is all the money going? And like, there's a first of all, he said his car was impound repoed, and that cost $1,500 to get out. So do you take my rent money and go get your car? But then you don't even let me drive it. Like I can't even go nowhere. Exactly. Well, I feel like the Avenger he totaled it. Remember that blue one? Right. I think we be doing with like car insurance and having accidents and shit. I think that they be doing that type of shit or something. If you know what the fuck he be doing with his friends and all these bitches and shit, but I think they in some type of trouble on when people money or some shit. I know you say to yourself. I know. I see it, but still, it's something that's not right. And $8,000 for the DTE. Mm, you need to. Yeah, they. I was gonna say you need to report it like under fraud or something. But but no, that's ridiculous. But that too come from that winter time and running off the stove, the oven, no. And where is the furnace that I gave them to them? But that furnace worked at my house, so why in the fuck he just didn't have it hooked, Mike? And he got I ain't even what? Turn my thing off my phone. Yeah, end it. Go ahead. But something's not right, Mike. Something is not right. And where is all the money? I didn't even know he got FEMA. See, I can't never get none of that shit. Right. That's all.